The idea is that saddlebred horses have a further back center of balance. Therefore, the rider needs to sit further back in the saddle. However, I don't agree with it. When people make this claim, these are the two most common pictures that I see.
If you look at the thoroughbred and saddlebred, they both got different centers of balance, and their necks also come out of their bodies differently because of what they were bred to do.
The idea itself sounds plausible, but if there's no research that directly supports it, then how can we say this is true? But I suppose one factor in the previous argument could be the fact that elevating the head and neck does move the center of mass backward, which would explain how riders need to sit further back in the saddle when doing so, but that still doesn't necessarily mean their center of balance is back there. It's generally believed that horses have two centers of balance, horizontal and vertical. In a way, both centers of balance do work together, but for the rider specifically, we're going to focus on vertical center of balance. When following the previous method and finding these horses' vertical center of balance, we can see that, for the most part, these saddle seat riders are sitting behind it. Therefore, they are not following it at all. So then, why else would they be sitting so far back? Well, there's another argument.
So first thing about where our saddles are placed is in relation to it allows our horses to have full range of motion at the trot. And if we moved our saddles any further forward, we would literally have our horses' necks in our chest.
So the other factor for the saddles being so far back seems to be the exaggerated movement that these horses display. But here's the irony. The exaggerated movement wouldn't be so exaggerated if there wasn't all of these restrictive tools used to get the gait to look exactly how they want it to in the show ring. And with that being said, the rider wouldn't have their chest against the horse's neck if these horses actually knew how to carry themselves without their neck muscle bulging out from underneath due to how far back their head is pulled to their chest. So it seems to be that the problematic saddling issue is a direct result of the problematic riding standard for saddle seat.
Is a lot of stability in the first 8 ribs and then a lot of movement in the last 10. You've got a fixed structure here, you've got a movable structure here, and so if your saddle is weighting on this point, you end up with lumbar soreness.
So to conclude, I don't think saddlebreds are designed to carry weight further back than any other horse. I just think this is an excuse used to continue riding them in this less than ideal way. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.